The Tampa Bay Lightning have been eliminated from the Stanley Cup playoffs after being swept by the Columbus Blue Jackets, who had the Blue Jackets sweeping the Lightning in their pool. Anyone? You hecking liar. Notre Dame burns down. Tampa, hold our beer. Let's look at the stats from this season. Devils, 0 playoff wins, 1 draft lottery. Lightning, 0 playoff wins, not even in draft lottery. Who really had a better season? Congratulations to the Tampa Bay Lightning. You now have the worst/most embarrassing playoff performance in the history of hockey, perhaps even in world sporting history. You will be continually reminded of this fact for the rest of eternity. This is the biggest upset in NHL history. It's still early in the season, I know, but maybe Tampa just isn't ready for the NHL yet? I was there at the beginning. I remember watching the press conference announcing CBJ. I've been to so many games throughout the years. Usually losses, but we still cheered and supported. I remember making the playoffs for the first time and getting destroyed by the Red Wings. I remember winning our first playoff game and how sweet that was. I remember our epic win streak a few years back and how disappointingly that season ended. For me, this is truly historic. It feels like we already won the cup. One of the best moments in my life. I'll never forget this. Just, wow. Wiping tears from my eyes. Wow. I'm about to wipe them from my eyes for a different reason. Should the NHL have the Lightning and Blue Jackets redo their series in case it was a big fluke? No disrespect to the Bolts, I'm a firm believer that Columbus sweeping them is a huge fluke and robs the Lightning of truly accomplishing what they're capable of. I've spent the last few days in pure disbelief and it just doesn't make sense to me. I've spent the entire regular season watching the Lightning play great hockey. It's just not fair. If the Lightning lose again, I will face that the Blue Jackets deserve the win, but I'm just 100% sure it was a fluke and does a big disservice to Tampa and the NHL. Lol, who gets swept in the first round? Haha, bunch of scrubs, cries in Penguin. Flightless avian screeching intensifies. Mr. Stark, my bracket doesn't feel so good. April 10th, 2019. The Tampa Bay Lightning lose to the Columbus Blue Jackets in Game 1, the same day the Gulf Storm defeat the London Knights down 3-2-0 in the series, to begin their eventual 4-2-3 comeback. The Storm stole the talent from the NHL players. If you'd have told me a month ago that the Pens would get swept in the first round, I'd have said maybe, but probably not. If you'd have told me a month ago that the Bolts would get swept in the first round by CBJ, I would have punched you straight in the mouth. If you had told me this a week ago, I would have punched you straight in the mouth. Obviously I'm fucking devastated, but I'm fully on Columbus bandwagon. They KO'd us, and I really hope they are the next team we fucking lost to that won the cup right after. Jesus, I hate hockey, and I'm rambling. Did you know that lock the damn Lightning sub? My wife is super pregnant, so she's got much more important stuff to worry about, like sleeping and forming a human life. Shit, man. Anyways, good night folks. Congrats to CBJ. Go beat the shit out of Toronto or Boston, for the love of God. Why isn't Stamkos criticized as an playoff underperformer by the media like Ovechkin was? He made it to the ECF and the SCF. Ovi was criticized because he spent a decade bouncing between the first and second round, many times to the same team against his media rival. Ovechkin had better playoff stats though. Media cares more about the storyline. Because Ovechkin is a much better player than Stamkos, and Stamkos will start feeling the heat very soon. Don't you worry. This is really it. Some people who know nothing about hockey know who Ovechkin is. He's one of the faces of the league. He was in a classic Sports Center commercial. Nobody who knows nothing about hockey knows who Stamkos is, or Jirax, or Kopitar, or hundreds of other great players. They won't catch the same amount of heat. Because he's Canadian mainly, and people also liked unfairly shitting on Ovi to make Crosby look better in comparison, which is completely unnecessary. Of course, BC, they are both incredible players.